And now, our story continues. Sheriff Ellis had been acting in what he considered the best interests of his office when he had demanded of Dr. Paul that Ricky Scanlon be removed from the hospital, transferred instead to the city jail. But the unsuspecting and conscientious sheriff had been influenced by Jonathan Smith. Jonathan Smith, who wanted Ricky out of the way before the boy had an opportunity to talk, before he could implicate Jonathan in his kidnapping. But Sheriff Ellis had been unsuccessful in his attempt to get Dr. Paul to release Ricky. On leaving the hospital, the sheriff had phoned the information to Mr. Smith. A short time later, while Dr. Paul was in his office talking with Donna Cabot, Jonathan had entered and angrily demanded of his son-in-law why he had refused the sheriff's request. Jonathan had said,
"You can't flout the law, Paul. That boy belongs in jail. You can't do this. I won't have it."
You won't? Do you mind pushing the door to, Jonathan? Thanks. I think Ricky's custody is between me and the sheriff, Jonathan. Frankly, I don't think it concerns you at all.
Huh? Look here, Paul. You can't talk to me like that.
If you'll excuse me, Dr. Paul.
No, you sit still, Donna. You needn't go. If you don't mind waiting a moment, I want to finish talking with you. I'm sorry, Jonathan, but that's the way I feel about it.
Well, that's something I didn't expect from you, Paul. You came to me quick enough when you needed someone to make your investigation. And now you sit there and say it doesn't concern me.
No, I said this present situation, as it pertains to Ricky being moved, doesn't concern you, Jonathan. It seems to me that my judgment as his doctor should be respected. And I feel that a change right now, particularly that kind of a change, would be detrimental to his recovery. So I can't release him.
You've got to listen to me in this, Paul. I went to bat for you when you needed my help in this investigation. And at a great personal risk, my whole political future. I don't have to remind you it didn't turn out too well. As a matter of fact, it came within a shade of ruining me. You don't seem to be very grateful.
I hadn't realized you expected gratitude from me, Jonathan. Although I do know what you've done, and I am appreciative. But this bootleg racket was no more a problem of mine than it was of yours or any other citizen's. So while I most certainly am grateful that you stepped in, I consider it a service to the town rather than a personal service to me. And if that investigation didn't turn out too well, it's only because we haven't reached the bottom of it yet. We know now that there's a lot more to it than what's been uncovered. You did find out that the bootlegging was a fact, Jonathan, and you did get your story for your political campaign.
Well, that's all the more reason for me to be concerned. I can't risk letting this boy get away again.
Oh, he's not going to get away. Even if he were able, Ricky has no intention of getting away. And for that matter, it's perfectly all right with me for the sheriff to put guards at his door. I told him so.
It isn't a question of that, Paul. Jail is where that boy belongs.
Mm-hmm. And it's my opinion as a doctor that he belongs in a hospital.
Are his injuries such that they couldn't be treated at the jail?
No, I suppose they're not.
There, you see? You're just prejudiced in his favor. You want to coddle the boy, that's all.
Yes, I suppose I am prejudiced in a way, but he won't be coddled. Just stands to reason he'll be more comfortable here and he'll rest better. That's important after the experience he's been through. I should think you could understand that if you wanted to. Just why are you so eager to put him in jail, Jonathan?
Huh? You know the answer to that, Paul. I haven't anything personal against the boy, naturally. But I started this investigation, and I want to wind it up. You know, he had me looking pretty foolish for a while, getting me to pull that raid while he made his getaway. I can't afford to let something else happen.
In the face of what we know now, you surely don't believe Ricky was running away, do you?
Well, regardless of the circumstances under which he disappeared, the fact still remains that he's criminally guilty of selling liquor. And he's indirectly responsible for several injuries, even a death. I tell you, the whole town's riled up about it.
Yes, I know.
You must realize, Paul, Sheriff Ellis had to respect your authority here in the hospital, but you just can't take things into your own hands that way. You made it mighty embarrassing for him, and it's going to put you in a bad light with everyone.
Why?
Why? You know how the folks here feel about you, Paul. They look up to you. But if you interfere with the sheriff and try to keep this boy from getting what's coming to him, they're going to misunderstand. They're not going to like it, Paul. They feel they're entitled to some satisfaction.
Yes, I suppose they do.
Certainly. You can't blame them, Paul. It's perfectly natural for them to feel that way. They're still thinking of Sheila Harris and Caldwell boy and the other youngsters that were influenced by this Scanlon kid. You can't excuse those things, can you?
No, Jonathan, I'm not trying to excuse them. Ricky should be held accountable for what's happened.
I thought you'd see it, Paul. I don't want you to feel that I'm butting into your business, but I understand you, Paul. And Sheriff Ellis was upset. And that's why he called me. I told him on the phone that you were, well, sort of a sentimentalist. Most doctors are. But I knew you'd feel differently as soon as you'd had time to consider it objectively.
It isn't that I feel differently. I felt right along that Ricky should be made accountable for his mistake.
Well, I'm glad we got it straightened out anyway. I didn't want you to get in wrong with the townspeople, Paul. Well, I'll call Ellis and tell him to come and get the boy.
Now, just a minute, Jonathan. You seem to have misunderstood me. I didn't say I was going to release Ricky.
Huh?
I said Ricky should be punished for what he's done, but not until he recovers. I have no intention of releasing him right now.
Now, look here, Paul. That's nonsense. The people want that boy in jail, and that's where he's going. He doesn't deserve anything better. He's a criminal. Why, he's nothing but a scummy little...
Stop it!
Huh?
You can't talk about Ricky like that. I won't stand for it. He isn't a criminal. You can't mistreat him. You're mean and cruel, and you haven't any feeling at all.
Get her out of here, Paul. Send her away.
Oh, please, Donna, don't be upset.
You mustn't say things like that about Ricky, Dr. Paul. It isn't true. He isn't a criminal. You're a mean, wicked man, and you haven't any decency. All you wanted to hurt Ricky. He didn't run away, and if you didn't want to use him just to help yourself, you'd see it. Just because he made a mistake, that's no reason to persecute him.
Do we have to have this, Paul?
Come on, Donna. It might be better if you'd wait outside. I didn't realize that.
Why are they so mean, Dr. Paul? So unfair. They don't want to give him a chance.
Now, don't worry, Donna. Ricky's going to stay right here until he's well enough to be moved. Now, you run along outside for a couple of minutes. Yes?
Dr. Bach, why, Donna, what on earth happened?
Virginia.
Oh, there now. What is it, dear? Tell me what's happened.
She's rather badly upset, Miss Martin. If you take her out with you, I'll be through in just a moment.
Why, yes, Dr. Bach, of course. Donna, will you wait in the hall just a second? I'll be right with you.
All right, Virginia.
Dr. Bach,
Look here, Paul. I've had enough of these schoolgirl hysterics. I want to get this thing straightened out. Right now.
I gave you my answer, Jonathan. It seems to me that this has become an issue out of all proportion of the crime involved. It was some time ago that Miss Martin and I said there was need for an investigation here. Neither you nor the city authorities would listen to us then. Consequently, a lot happened that might have been averted. We told you that we felt and that Ricky felt there were others mixed up in this bootleg racket. You wouldn't listen to that either. And an attempt was made to murder the boy. Yes, as unbelievable as it sounds, that's what happened. And none of you would believe us when we said we were positive Ricky didn't run away. Now, you and the sheriff want to step in and cart him off to jail. Well, Ricky's going to have a story to tell when he wakes up. A story that may put us in touch with the person or persons responsible for this whole affair. Whoever they are, they've already tried to get him out of the way, and they may try again. And I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen. That's why Ricky's going to stay right here until he's able to talk.
Dr. Bach.
Oh, yes, Miss Martin?
The reason I came here was to tell you that Ricky is waking up.
He is? How does he seem?
Much stronger. He has a good pulse and isn't in much discomfort. I believe he could talk to you now.
Fine. Well, Jonathan, I think Ricky might have something very interesting to say.
I'm coming with you, Paul.
All right. I see no reason why you shouldn't. Come along.
Yes, Jonathan Smith is eager to be on hand when Ricky Scanlon regains consciousness, when he starts to talk. And realizing that he stands incriminated in Ricky's eyes, He must know he will have to face Ricky's accusation. But Jonathan was hardly prepared now for Ricky to talk. What kind of answer will he have when he meets the boy he was willing to see murdered?